when we last left our heroes.
Easily corruptible infrastructure? Check. Deceivable government servants? Check. Ethically damnable labor laws? Check, check, check. I think it's safe to say Smolderock is not passing the Jared certified city inspection test. It was all too easy for me to convince the local blacksmith that I worked for the Aaravani, which I'm not. I'm Jared. And even worse is that he took me directly to 2 runic generators that, when tampered with, will ultimately wreak devastation on this fair town. I of course had to tamper with them. It's my job to test after all, and it's safe to say, they failed. Now, I've yet to see it myself, but I have heard nasty rumors of prisoners/slaves being trapped and forced to work the mines. I'll know soon myself, as Jared's next adventure involves heading there in search of my fellow inspector, the snooty wizard Ajax. Arcane Amphitheatre, Episode 28, Mining Your Business.
Gentlemen, do we have any questions?
Pretty much got all of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We're fine. We're doing great. We'll just wait until Ajax comes out. I'm sure he'll figure it out. It'll be great. It'll be fine.
Mr. Ajax, give me another performance check.
Another performance? Are they coming by?
They are coming by.
Ooh! That's gonna be a performance of 19.
Ooh.
You hear the ground boom, boom, boom.
I immediately stand back up and start chipping away.
It is Varmir that walks by, and the ceilings once again are like 80 to 90 feet tall, so he feels perfectly at home. And he looks through the bars at you. Tiny elf. Only 6 oars. And he looks at you, looks around, and you see another Goliath swing by, and he slides you a small little tray of food. And then he motions for you to come towards him.
Okay, I'm gonna come towards him.
He motions his finger, he spins his finger around.
I spin around, do a 180.
He goes ahead and give me a perception roll.
Please. Please, for the love of goodness gravy. Yes! Perception?
Against his sleight of hand check.
23.
Another natural 20 from Raph.
Oh.
Wow.
So good. I can't silvery barbs.
You think you understand how he's doing it, and then you're like, all right, this is what he's doing. You feel his fingers, and then just as you're realizing,
just as I'm realizing, I am going to, as a reaction, after you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can force a creature to re-roll. You can make this decision after you see whether the roll succeeds or fails.
Oh.
And you realize just how he does it. It is very quick, precise sets of movements. If you don't do it quick enough, you suffocate. And it falls. It just falls to your neck, and then he grabs the rest of it. Eat.
Thank you. And what is this tray of slop that is being served to me?
Give me an investigation check, baby.
It's lobster. You've got...
There's some calamari in there.
Yeah. Side salad.
I got 9.
Chunks of red meat thrown together in a stew. You can't tell if the other chunks of white are vegetables or rocks.
Graciously bow my head and start chowing down as they are just staring at me.
They stare at you, watching you eat. In silence, by the way. They don't say anything. You eat. You eat. You eat. It is a vile, revolting, stew of undercooked mystery meats that, as you take every bite, the chewy, red, gamey nature of it essentially sticks itself, hugging to your molars, creeping and crawling into your gums as if these very just essences of meat are still alive, pleading for them to stay alive.
Was there no salad option?
No.
What if I said I was vegan?
We don't care.
Okay. And is there any chance that I'm going to be getting out of this cell today?
Depends. Can you get 25 ore?
That's your quota, and then I'm free to go?
That depends on Governor Granite Fingers.
How long do I have?
I don't know.
So Governor Granite Fingers, does she grace us with her presence on the daily, or am I just in purgatory?
Only when there has been a murder and we found someone who maybe murdered someone.
So what about my neighbor? Or is that more considered suicide?
You have no neighbor. You do not live here.
Okay, what about the bunkie that was in the cell next to me?
He looks back. Did you kill him?
No?
Then it does not concern you.
And if I had, would Granite Ladyfingers or whatever her name is, would she come and investigate?
Depends on how I feel.
I'm just curious. I appreciate you not chucking me into the lava river.
Appreciate more, I still can.
Thank you, Farmir, for your graciousness, and I appreciate the meal even more so.
I do not like having my ass kissed.
If you know anything about elves, we are the best at brown-nosing.
Okay. Finish eating.
I can't eat any more of this, and I'm going to just slide it right back through the
You slide
bars.
it right back, and the Goliath motions towards you to come back, and he holds the gag up.
I ask again, is this really necessary?
Yes. You can cast magic. You can escape.
And I will turn around and allow him to place this gag back on me.
He begins tying it back around you. You now sense and feel exactly how he does it again. Shoom! And as he finishes that, there's a dwarf that runs by and he goes, Varmi, she's on her way. And he goes, work, elf. As we cut back to the others what are the other four of you guys doing?
But yeah, Ajax probably has the greatest plan to get out of there.
I'm sure he is walking out any second now. I'm sure it's best to just wait and
He's just such a
see what
competent
happens.
wizard, you know?
Sure, he's going to disguise himself as some guard and smooth talk his way out of there. Yep.
Okay, so we can just leave him there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we could
we'll
probably
just meet him at the entrance.
Give me a perception
yeah, you're
of
right.
the
You're right. We don't need to.
the area surrounding it. How many people are like going into the mine and coming out?
Go ahead, give me a perception
Is
roll.
it active? 13.
It's actually rather quiet. It doesn't look like a lot of people come in and out. Most of the people that come in and out they appear to be like almost like guardsmen of the mines proper. And occasionally, if you were to stay there, you will see Varmir comes outside every once in a while, but most of the time he will spend his time in. With a 13, however, you do notice there are 2 Earth Genasi that are dressed in what look to be this almost like high battalion steel armor with the steel plate wrapped around like from the right shoulder all the way down to the left waist with this like granite rock, this weird sort of identification of more. And then you will see 2 of them walking, and in the very center is a dwarven lady with this messy, reddish, this almost like strawberry red, dirty blonde almost hair wrapped up in like a neat bun, all of the hairs tucked nicely in, and you can almost hear her footsteps with each step on the stone just 2 more guards behind her, this time Goliaths, walking her in. And you can see she has like this, like almost like a half visor, essentially like this round hat that doesn't cover the hair as it's on a bun, but it's like a long sun hat. And she's the only person you would have noticed that is wearing a dress. And she is walking in, and she's got her shoulders tucked back, this strut to her step, nose pointing upwards, and she is walking towards the mines.
I'll wait until she gets through, like inside, like out of eyesight, and then Sheelal's gonna look for a break in like guard rotations or anything and go inside.
There is no break in guard rotation. There are always 2 guards standing outside the mine.
He's gonna keep on waiting.
Would I be able to sneak by? Or how big is this entrance?
I said the entrance is almost 50 feet tall.
He said, yeah.
It is just one giant hole on a rocky shore, and 2 Goliaths standing guard.
Sheelal, you see anything up there?
There was a lady in a dress who went in. She looked important.
I wonder if that's the governor that the captain of the guard spoke of last night.
Did they ever give a name specifically, or just governor?
It was something like thumb or hand related. Raggax doesn't have a really good memory.
Yeah, I assume I don't know, because the only one that was actually told a name was Kaixus, I believe.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
He literally just said it to me.
Yeah.
You did, but I don't know if Kai
Less than
would
5 minutes
be
ago,
able to put it
Kai.
together, so I'm not helping you. I have it written down, I know.
Damn, he really wishes he had that keen mind.
I do wish I had that keen mind feed. Something about it did help out. Yeah, guys, good luck.
So,
Yeah.
so we're just gonna wait for Ajax to walk out?
I also had the thought that, I mean, I assume, Kai, you could probably give a better explanation to this. You said that the Interavants are connected to the mines in some way, right?
We use materials from the mines that are collected there, yes.
Then do you think that somebody like Jared would be able to walk up and grace his presence inside to potentially...
Jared's kind of a pushover, but maybe.
You're just an inspector, right? I mean, I don't think that there's anything wrong with at least trying.
You can give me a history check.
Let's give a little history. Let's get a little history going.
This is a lifeline. I think the DM's throwing.
Let's go for how's a dirty 20 sound?
For some reason, you know you have read so much about Smolderock.
It's important.
You know that your father has had ties here.
Yeah.
You know you've definitely worked with them, but you have no fucking clue why you can't remember a single goddamn thing.
Nope.
Until this very moment where you remember the Interavant family has nothing to do with the mines.
Oh.
Sick.
That is the only part of this city that was here and stands alone, apart from the Interavant family.
So you could walk in,
So-
right? I'm sure it's fine.
Era actually, sorry, had a bit of a brain fart. It's actually mostly just the shield generators that connect us. Mine, on second thought, I don't think actually has anything to do with Interravant armors. So no, a representative would have no reason to go there.
I'm also not saying it won't work. I'm just saying that it won't work as easily as...
I mean, I could play the part as, I don't know, Jared could become a salesman and try and walk in there, but...
Well, the only other idea I had then, this can depend on you and Yiska being the main magic users, potentially disguising or vanishing yourself. Maybe Yiska, how are you doing in terms of magic capabilities?
I told him that I should use my magic, but he said no, so I've got almost everything.
That's good.
Good for
Let's
her.
go. Good job, Trevor.
Actually, I literally have everything. I have not cast any magic today.
Then an idea I had was maybe Jared could try that. Disguise, well, not disguise, you're already disguised. You could distract them while Yiska, invisible, goes to search for Ajax.
I also have Charm Person. I could try to charm them for, Jared to walk in.
That's
happily.
true.
And then Raggax and I can kill them if they don't get
You could do that. We could do that.
Let's hold off from that. I don't want to create any more.
All right, crazy idea.
What's
you
that?
said that Iska is purple, right? She's a purple tiefling?
Yes.
Just like I am.
It's
Which
your
means
daughter.
Jared could be bringing his daughter to work.
This worked
It
so
could
well
work.
last time.
It could work.
What do you mean?
Actually,
it
this
worked
is
so
a better
well
plan
last
than the
time?
last time.
I could just be like, hey, like on Jared's lunch break, he decides to take his daughter to the mine. She wants to
To go
see the
check
mine.
out the mines because she wants to see the mine.
Iska, can you do that? Can you seem enthusiastic and excited to see a mine in action?
No? But I can fake it.
Yes.
That's all I need. I dap her up and I say, all right. So I'm going to be Jared. You will be
dap her
my
up.
daughter.
Dab her up.
You will be my daughter that I took to take your kid to work day. We're gonna go to the mine.
What's my name as your daughter, though?
It can be Iska or it could be whatever you want it to be.
It can't be Iska, because I'm Iska. I'm not Jared's daughter.
Okay, that's fair. What would Jared's daughter's name be?
What would Jared name his daughter?
Probably something like Ella or something. Like a name he definitely didn't want, but like his wife really kind of forces
The
him.
I feel like you're
lore.
putting way
Jerry
too much
lore
thought
is
into
getting
this.
crazy.
Listen, I think I had an unhealthy relationship with Jin, but this is getting a little extreme. I think you need to
It's
be
not
careful.
that bad. It's not that bad. I'm just gonna be Jared for a second time today. It's not that big a deal.
Okay, then I'm Ella.
All right, Ella, Jared.
How long do you
Let's do
have,
this.
Kai? I assume there's a duration for that spell.
I mean, I'm assume it's an hour.
We've got about 30 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
But you're currently dressed up as a city inspector. Sorry, not city inspector. That was way back in the day.
Yeah, he's a quality assurance.
Yep.
Mhm.
True, I'm quality assurance. I could be... I know, I probably shouldn't say that I'm... That's the thing, everyone knows people here, so I almost like keeping up with the Interravant thing. Fuck it. I'll go as like...
Do it. He's already in town.
Yeah, we're already
Might
in
as well.
town. All right. Let's I'm gonna how long will it take me to get to the mines?
You guys are right by. It'll take you 5 minutes to get
Oh,
there.
okay, perfect. So I'm like, all right, you guys, just stay here. I
All right.
will
It's roof time. Let's go, boys.
roof time. Let's go roof. And I'm gonna take Iska to the front of the mines.
It is about like a 3 to 5 minute walk from the edge of town to down towards where the mine entrance is. As 3 of you guys stay back, watching from afar as Jared and his daughter Ella walk down, and the 2 Goliaths look at Jared, towering above him. Can we help you?
Hello, good sirs. My name is Jared. I am a representative with the Quality Control Department over at Interravon Armors. Now, I know there are no direct business links between the mine and Interravon. However, I was asked to go on a special little assignment to just kind of see if I couldn't perhaps get a tour of the mine. Interravon Armors are heavily considering looking to either invest or procure the goods derived from this fine establishment. And I was just hoping I could maybe get a tour or kind of be allowed to walk around in the more acceptable, safe locations. This here is my beautiful, darling daughter, Ella. She's it's take your daughter to work week.
She waves at the Goliath and smiles. Yeah, I'm Ella. I'm his daughter.
Yeah, you are.
And as she says that, she's gonna meta magic charm person both of them to
That's
laugh.
crazy. That's crazy.
I rolled a 10 and a 14. Her DC is a 14. -1 for a 13. So they both fail.
Nice.
Ooh, man.
Kaixus, go ahead and give me a persuasion or deception, in either case here, with advantage.
Okay. Perception or persuasion or deception? We're gonna do persuasion, and that is an 18.
Okay, you see one of the guards go through. I don't know if we do tours. And they look at each other. But you are an inspector. And the other one, do we allow inspectors? Do we get inspected? And they both look at each other. I don't know. And they look in. Can we get someone to give a tour for, what was your name?
Jared and Ella.
For Jared and Ella. There's an Earth Genasi that runs back in, and he goes, excuse you all, I'm junior foreman here at the Varmir Mines. The name is Dust. You're with the, and you can see, give me an insight check.
Insight. That's gonna be a nice round 16.
You can immediately tell there's a level of panic there. Not over you, but over the fact that he has to make a decision.
Oh, it's great.
Right. Right. Excuse me, sorry. I am so busy here today. Yes, I could definitely give you, and you see him panicking, looking around, you and your daughter a tour, Mr. Jared of Interravon. The city has such a fine working relationship with the Interravon family. Yes.
Oh, Dust, if I may, I truly, I don't want to be a bother. I'm so happy that you took time out of your very clearly busy day to show us around this gorgeous facility. I mean, just look at it. I mean, it's a wonder. It should be a historical site, protected and all, But look, if you're extremely busy today, no problem at all.
Right.
This isn't my first time in a mine. Interravon Armors takes me all kinds of places. Ella and I are happy to just kind of walk around
please.
In the designated areas. No problem at all. If it's too much to give the tour, that's totally okay.
No, it is completely all right. There's just, Varmir is currently disposed. He's in a very, very important meeting. So I will happily give you a I will happily give you an intense tour of the entirety of the Varmir mines, up, down, left, right, all the way up to the tops of the canyon, down to the pits of the lava river.
Well, can I just say I am so delighted to hear that, Dust. After you, whenever you're ready. Oh, aren't you excited?
Yes, I'm so excited, Padre.
What?
I lean down
Padre
too much. Dial it back.
Sorry. It's supposed to be in my nose, but I can't find it in my nose.
It's alright. You'll get it.
And you see Dust leads you in. What are the other three doing as you guys are outside?
I was gonna say, as they were walking off to the mines, Raggax would look at Sheelal, and then he'd slowly look over to Era. You know, Era, I made a promise I wouldn't cause any more trouble while we were in Smolderock.
Yes, you did.
However, I mean, I don't think we're that far from the bank.
Oh, yes.
Let's get to the roof. We're not doing this with just two.
Can we at least scout it out?
If we go any further than where we are now, there's a chance somebody will see us. We need to get up to the roof, make sure those two are still out, and wait for Kai and Yiska, hopefully with Ajax with them.
All right, well, I mean,
you can scout out from the roof. That's probably a better place to look, but we're staying right here.
Okay. And he shoots up his rope and flings himself up.
All right. Raggax will climb up the building. Did Kaixus leave the ladder?
Yeah, I imagine so.
I think I would have left the ladder. I only brought the ladder as like a.
Just in case.
It wouldn't make sense for him not to take it. So, but I don't plan on using it. But it might come in handy. It's a 20-foot ladder.
Yeah.
Is it collapsible?
No, it is not collapsible.
It's just a big old 20-footer.
I mean, I can hold on to it for now if we want.
You've been hauling that thing around.
He'll use the ladder to climb up with Sheelal. Where we are on this roof, can we see the bank?
Give me a perception roll.
That's gonna be a 19.
So you can see there are two buildings of note, almost across from each other. The first is a very large, it's only a 2-story building, but you can see it's almost built in this very almost hexagonal shape that is the bank. And immediately you could see, you look around and there's these small little oh god, I forget what they're called, but on the rooftop, these just gold linings that sort of make it stand out a little bit. And you can see a trim, thank you. There's gold trim around the rooftop. And then you do see etched on the front side of it, facing towards the center, deep stone deposits. That is the bank. The second is actually a 4-story building almost directly across from it. What did you roll again, an 11?
Yeah.
With an 11, you don't know what the building is. You can see that it's a bit more almost like a silo instead of like a box. But it's apart from being unique, you can't see a sign from where you guys are or anything.
Okay. Raggax, he's just gonna focus on the bank, see if there's anyone of note that walks in or out, or if there's anything going on there.
With your roll, there's nothing of note that happens.
With a 19? Dang. All right.
Even if you were to, I'm assuming you guys are waiting here for a little bit.
Might as well, yeah.
There's just not a lot of business going on.
Well, while they pass the time, Raggax, he's cupping his hands as if they were like binoculars looking at this bank. Sheelal, I want to apologize. I think I got us into some bad trouble last night. And I knowing you, you want to experience things, and after having my conversation with Era, I think I'm trying to make you like me. And I don't know if that's the best path for you.
But I want to be like all of my friends. And I want to be like you.
Raggax, he's like biting his tongue really hard. Sheelal, I don't think you should be anything like me. You want to be like us, but I guess the real question I have to ask you is, you want to live, but who do you want to be?
I just want to be me.
That's fair.
Other people have seen things and done things, but this body and mind of mine have not. And I want to see everything.
Okay. Well, I hope you do. I know, this life isn't the longest. Sometimes it's abrupt, but I hope you get to see everything.
Thanks. I hope you get to too.
Me too.
As this was happening, I assumed that the guards have some kind of clothing, socks, fabric that I could start crumpling together and put into their mouths and tie it around and try my best to just gag them if I can.
Yeah, give me a survival check.
I imagine he's dragging them behind as they talk the entire time. Survival, you said? That's a 5.
A 5 is going to be enough because they're still unconscious.
Yay.
You go ahead and just you just take their socks and rip their clothes, tie it together. It's not going to hold for very long, but it'll do for right now.
And I just kind of lay them side by side and just sit down and watch. Just keep an eye out every now and then. Make sure that they're out cold.
Ajax, what do you do?
Seeing that I have had a moment to collect myself, and I have all of the information that I need, I'm gonna start calculating my way out of here. So, whenever I first entered, were there any other doors that they had to unlock? Or was it just the only doors that ended up being locked were the prison cell?
Only the prison cells. It was a series of tunnels.
Okay. And I took a right and then I took a left.
Yes, and you went down for a while.
Next time that one of the guards passes by, I would like to attempt a sleight of hand with my invisible mage hand to see if I can pick up the key ring and unlock the cell, put it in my pocket. The next time after that they come by, put the key ring back, and then we gonna be booking the fuck out of here.
Oh no.
Here we go, boys.
It is around this time. Give me a performance check as you are still...
16 plus 2 is 18.
You see the guard look by. You're still slow. Pick up the pace. And they just yell at you and keep walking.
But there's no other guards with him.
It was two. They're always in pairs.
They're always in pairs. The one that is closer to me, as they both have their backs to me, that's whenever I'm going, because my mage hand has a distance of 60 feet.
Yes.
I want to see if I can nab the key ring off of... Can I see it?
They all have a small little key ring that dangles off to their side.
Okay. I'd like to see if I can snatch it from the one that's closer.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
It's a 17.
You go ahead and you walk past it and you grab it, shoom, and he trips for a second, fucking rocks, and he kicks a rock down. And he just keeps walking.
Actually, I
he's
don't
out
know
of
what
sight.
I'm waiting for. Because how long have the every time that they patrol by, what's been the time frame in between?
It's a bit erratic. It's typically between like 10 and 15 minutes.
Okay, I've got plenty of time. Then I am going to just go ahead and unlock the door. I'm going to try each key.
There's only 3 keys in. You try the first one, doesn't work. You try the second one, it works.
Put that into my robes. Remove the binding that is around my mouth in the same manner that they did earlier.
Give me a sleight of hand check at advantage, since you know what you are doing.
This is the one that matters.
Double ones, he dies.
Okay. That was 2 15s for a total of 18.
Not
Give
bad.
me a Constitution saving throw.
Got this.
Oh no.
Con save is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You go ahead, you tie it off, and you did not realize just how potent the rag was. And as you do it, your hand slips ever so slightly, and you lag behind by almost a millisecond. And you just, you take a quick breath in, like gasping in your shock, and you, but you manage to hold it in, and you are only gonna take 7 points of poison damage.
Nice.
Get that out of my system. I've still got time. Open the door. Use my last spell slot of the day and cast invisibility on myself. I'm going to pocket. How heavy is this ore?
They're pretty heavy, so you can only pocket 2.
Okay, I've got the 2 on me still. And I am going to start making my rounds back towards the entrance of the mines.
Give me a stealth check at advantage.
Stealth is going to be another dirty 20.
Let's go.
You begin stealthing past. As you take the left and then the right, you start very quickly. Give me a perception roll, actually, as you're walking by.
18.
18. You take the first left into like this much larger hallway that you look to your left and it just keeps going down, and you look to your right and you know that leads back to that's the correct way. But you hear Varmir's voice down to the left, and it's trying to be hushed. Almost like he's in deep conversation.
You gotta
He's
know what
planted
he's
a
saying.
seed. I gotta know
You
what he's
gotta
saying.
know what he's saying. You have to.
I'm gonna
You
creep my
any one
way
of
in
us
that
would do it.
direction.
You start creeping to your left as we cut to Jared, Ella, and Dust. So if you look to the left, the Varmir mines are the premier mines for all needs here in the Dominion side, and we have expanded our reach out, and we have, made our first interactions with Raydell, and we are so glad that we have a working partnership with you all. As you can see, much of the steel, you can see the dwarves here mining to your left, and you walk by and there are 3 dwarves hard at work. Ding, ding, ding. Much of the ore that you guys find and use for your armory come from this mine, actually. I do know that Malevius, your founder, has visited the mine on occasion, although I know that his ore is sourced from all over the world and Altaria. So, but we are so happy that we could be one small cog in the massive machine that is the Interrevant Armory.
Oh goodness, you're making me blush. I appreciate that, sir. I'm so happy to hear that you look upon us with such bright eyes. Hopefully I have some good information to take back to my superiors.
Yes, and he takes a left and leads you in the opposite direction of where Trevor is. So, right here, this is the first set of 3 of our many different ores. You see, the Varmir mines are special as they used to be a giant rune cave system. So those very, very same veins are still implanted here. So as you can see, this is our air tunnel. And you can see that there are veins of like this like greenish energy that bellow in, and you can see some of the miners working away. This is where we outsource to other giants, and they can make their runes. Or, we send it back to our blacksmith in Thornstall, and he manages to get everything just perfect and right.
Yes, you have a top-notch blacksmith in town. Absolutely.
Now, one of the grand things about the Soul is that we are right on the riverbed, and he keeps walking, and he's just talking.
I look at my pocket watch, and then I keep looking at my pocket watch, and whenever he's not looking.
You see, Iska's like, how much time do you have left on your thing?
How much time
15
do I
minutes.
have? 15?
15.
Fuck. Less than I thought. All right, give me a second here. Excuse me, Dust. I am so sorry to ask this. I want you to know I am absolutely enthralled. But I do have to ask, how much time is left, do you think we have left in this tour?
Well, if you want to get down into the deep, deep riverbed, it is about a 15-minute walk down there.
I'll tell you what, I've actually got my mandated lunch break that I promised I would do this on is almost up. And I think I'm gonna have to get back to my inspections here shortly. I'm gonna be in town a little while longer. I might stop by another day when I'm not so busy to finish the tour. Is that all right, Mr. Dust?
Give me a persuasion roll here.
Come on.
Listen, Jared, Dust is really into this tour now.
It's gonna be a 12.
He looks at you and he goes, of course, that's all right with you. I suppose, Varmi would be upset with me if I did not at least show you the Ignean portion of the mines, the most volatile portion, if that's, all right with you. I'm positive that is probably what you guys are most excited in purchasing.
I look at Iska, and when he says volatile, and I'm like, you know what? If we can make it really fast, I would absolutely love to see it.
Of course. Let me just follow me, and I will. And you see, he's starts to speed walk a bit upwards and onwards, and he's starts hurrying. We come back to the three of you guys outside. What are you guys doing, if anything?
I keep an eye on the entrance and the two unconscious guys for me.
Yeah, Sheelal just staring at the entrance and scanning the area.
Give me perception rolls.
All right.
Ooh. I'll roll 2. Not terrible. 12.
23.
24.
23 and 24. Everything is quiet. The elevators are still down. And there isn't anything of note going on. Actually, it's rather quiet. You do, however, see the blacksmith has begun walking back towards in your direction. And he is stopped by 2 guards as they are seen conversing. But you guys are too far away to hear it.
Era, we might have a problem.
What's up?
Raggax nudges Era in
Chicken
the
butt.
direction. Chicken butt? What?
I'm not a chicken, I'll have you know. But what was that?
Raggax will point out the blacksmith talking to the guards.
Mara, are you on the rooftop or no?
Oh yeah, I'm on the rooftop.
Okay, yeah. So he points it out and you can see them
How
chatting.
far away?
They're about maybe 150, 250 feet away.
What's their body language? Is there anything we can pick up the tone of this conversation?
Give me insight checks.
That was terrible. 10.
6.
17.
You guys are too far away to pick up anything. Ara, you can tell that it's not a hostile discussion, but it does seem to be intense, and then you do catch that he points towards the directions of where the runic machines are.
What's the call, Era?
Let's get closer. I have a feeling that maybe they've caught on. If it's only 2 of them, we do the exact same thing we did before once they are close enough to an alley.
All right, don't have to tell me twice. And Raggax is jumping to the next building.
Give me stealth checks, the 3 of you guys, again.
Not terrible.
16?
16.
12.
Dang. For Sheelal.
12 from the
Wow.
shield.
You guys jump boing, 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 boing over, and as you guys get there within listening distance, the conversation does end. And the guards begin walking towards the northern portion, towards where the second machine was that you guys chatted on. And you can see that the blacksmith just sort of stops and he looks out towards the river.
Towards where?
He's just looking out towards his river, so he turns his back towards you guys, and he just sort of takes a moment to himself, leans on the barricade, and just looks.
This is also a Goliath, right?
This is a Goliath. The other 2 were dwarves.
I just take a long look. In my pocket, I just kind of rub the letter and just gives a sigh. All right, I think that just to be safe, let's just take these guys out.
All right.
Do the same thing, find a place nearby. I can get on the ground level. You guys, if you want to stay up here.
Do we want to do the shit tactic?
I'd say let's.
I mean, it worked so well last time.
It was quite the distraction. If you want to catch their attention, I can. You know what? I'll just stay up here with Sheelal. I can.
Sounds good.
Do whatever I need to do down there.
I will distract. I'm pretty good at that.
Wait until they get right beside a
Alley.
Yes.
Yep. And Raggax will go ahead and try to get ahead of them and find a good alley point.
It takes a little bit, and you just boing, 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 jump all the way back, and they're just walking, and within a couple moments, they're going to be right by an alley.
Raggax starts heaving.
I look over at Sheelal, kind of like ready to give a signal.
Give me a performance check.
You got it, baby.
I dare say with advantage because he's getting real good at it.
17.
I dare say.
He needs to actually retch for him to get advantage here. The 2 guards look at each other and go, "Oi, some poor blokes out in the alley." And they just look over. "Are you all right, buddy?"
And this is whenever we do it.
Give me attack rolls.
Same thing, echo right behind one of them, and I look over at Sheelal. You ready? And
Can I hold
do it.
an action? Or no, that is my action.
No, retching. You are.
Yeah.
Retching is your action.
Yeah,
once again.
never mind. I forgot.
Can we
Silly
say
me.
that that's
Both attacks
advantage on
have
our
advantage.
ends?
You are both hidden
yeah.
here. Yeah.
Sheelal will leap down and pull the other guy to the ground.
Okay, not terrible. 21.
Should I do an
21
athletics
hits?
check? Or
Are you trying to knock him out, or are you just trying to pin him to the ground?
knock him out, like knock his head to the ground, or
So
to
give
a
me-
wall
just
that's
give me an
next
attack
to
roll.
him.
13 points of damage.
Attack with what? With anything?
You're not going to do enough damage to knock him out with your fists. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
So you can use the blunt end of
Yeah, I'll
your
do
dagger
that.
to try to bong and knock him out.
I rolled a 25.
That hits. Roll damage plus your sneak.
15 points.
The essence of Jin Masu appears behind him, hits him in the back of the head. The dude drops into the alley as you, Sheelal, drop from the rooftops, land on his shoulders, hit him in the back of the head with your dagger, and slam it against the wall to knock him out. Boom! And you guys just see Raggax pretending to retch.
And I'll do the same thing of switching places and then dragging the two into an alley.
I'm gonna loot them.
9 gold pieces, 12 gold pieces, and 2 more house keys.
Let's go.
There you go,
Let's
Sheelal.
We have got
We're gonna
5
own
house
this city
keys
by the end of
total.
this.
We own like 5% of the fucking property here.
Because just owning one key to the house means you own the house itself.
Yeah.
Key is akin to the deed.
Raggax will again take out his ceremonial dagger, and he's gonna make 2 quick cuts.
D4s.
3 and 2.
Okay, the two, you go ahead, you learn from your mistakes. You don't cut right at the wrist. You cut further down on like the forearm, and you just hear him go, oh! He just goes back unconscious. The other dude, you get confident, yeah, and you slit his fucking wrist.
Damn it! Shit! Spare the dime! And he spares the dying him.
All right, let's strip him. I do the exact
What is your
same
fascination?
What?
It's lighter that way. I have to.
Okay.
All right. Raggax
What the fuck is up? What
takes belt
What
off.
the fuck is going on?
Whips his dick out.
You guys begin to strip just the armor. Just the armor, guys. You leave the clothing on.
Of course. What were you guys thinking? That's what I meant.
He's gonna
Sheelal.
keep going.
Sheelal, as you strip the armor and you start ripping like the clothing off, and you hear a voice from around the alleyway. Is everything all right?
Shit tactic.
Where's it at? Is it right behind us?
It is right behind you guys, essentially. As you see the blacksmith turn the corner and like look into the alleyway as you guys are stripping the guards.
So he sees it.
He sees everything.
Sheelal is gonna spring into action
I
and
do the
leap on his
same
face.
exact thing, and I bonus action summon and attack.
That's
You guys
terrifying.
go to summon, and you see he pulls out a longsword. As we cut back into the mines with Ajax, as you are walking
Like back against the wall.
back against the wall, invisible, listening, trying to figure out what is going on. And you find inside the tunnels a second set of closed doors, and the rumbling and the voices coming from within. And you can see outside it 2 guards, the same guards that were dressed outside that you had not seen in almost like an elite uniform with the rock bandolier across the steel band. They both are sitting there at attention, hands on their blades, just at attention, waiting and looking, but they don't seem to see you.
Can I hear anything?
And go ahead, you put your head up against the wall, and you hear Varmir's voice is the first one to go. Governor Granite Fingers, I'm sorry. And you hear a voice from within. You better be, you giant stone oaf. You're lucky I haven't killed you like your ancestors before. How have you not found him? We found the Ignean ore veins. We are putting our prisoners to mine it. It is the most volatile. I don't want to hear about your volatile ores. I want results, Varmir. Do not forget, I am the one that made the deal with the Interravants to allow you to keep your stupid mine. Now tell me, have you found him? No. If the Dominion catches wind of what we are trying to do here, we will be shut down. They will take over the town. I know. No, you don't know. You do not have the capability of knowing. Understand that, Varmir? Yes. Good. Lest I feed you to Brunhilde further in the mines. I sure would love a giant statue of stone. I'll display it next to your father. Now, did you get any information out of the prisoner? Is he related to the other murders here? No, I do not know. Well, did you fucking ask him? No, you are truly useless. Lead me to him now. Yes,
At the exact sound of that, I am making my way back towards the entrance.
You start running back towards the entrance as the stone doors swing open. And you see Varmir, head hung low. This dude, almost 30, 40 feet tall, step out of there, and behind him, a 3.5 foot tall dwarf. As you see, the same woman that walked in walks outside, following him.
And I am going to try my best to expeditiously and stealthily get out of the binds.
Give me another stealth check as you try to do it quicker.
Because they are on my tail following me back to where I came from.
Come on, Trevi.
16.
Okay. You rush towards the mine. Shoom. You see them walk behind you. You cross over what would be the right turn to head back to where the prison was. You hurry forward, and then as you're going to take the left turn, you stop and you see another familiar face. Jared? As you see Dust leading Jared and Iska in past you.
Fuck.
Now in here is one of the most spectacular portions of the mine completely. This is the most volatile, the most explosive portions of the mines. One wrong move and kaboom, you're dead. This would be excellent for the Interrevant family to have. What do you do as you are running right past them?
I am going to stop in my tracks and then kind of ghost them. Just following in a way that I'm not going to make any immediate attention.
You hug the wall, hugging it one more time, and Dust turns the corner, looking at you all. Are there any questions you have, by the way, Jared, about the mines?
You know, I think that this particular part of your mind right here might be exactly what my superiors are looking for. As an investment opportunity, we'll call it. You know, this is, I don't think I've got very many other questions, Dust. All I can say is,
Varmir, where is he? And the voice echoes through the chambers, silencing any work in there.
well, I'll tell you what, it sounds like things are heating up in here.
Go.
Yeah, got you. Come on, Ella, time to get out of here.
Ella's running.
And I am running right alongside him.
All right, so I just hustle out with them.
You hear Varmir shout, "Guards, nobody out!" And as you guys are rushing out, you hear this massive steel from the entrance lock you guys inside as you guys head towards the entrance, a steel gate etched into the very rooftop of the entrance came down. And you see the two Goliaths standing outside, one peering in, one peering out. That is where we will end this session.
No.
Well, guys, it's been real.
No.
We're blowing up.
Hello there, I'm Zak, the player of Sheelal. We thank you immensely for giving our little podcast a listen. If you like what we're doing here, please give us a like and subscribe. You can also follow us on our social media pages to stay up to date on our releases. New episodes are released every Wednesday on all major podcasting sites. All links are below in the description. Share us with your friends and family as well, as we're grateful for anybody who gives us a listen. Thank you again, and I'll see you next episode.